Okay, so here's the thing, right? I realized that I've just been overthinking. And not that I just realized, it's like I know I've been overthinking, but like, because I'm the overthinker of all overthinkers. Like, I am the overthinker of overthinking. Like, I can overthink the word overthink until it doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth. Today, I posted a TikTok because I was like, let me just post a TikTok. It was a 10-minute TikTok because y'all know I could talk a lot. Tell me why, just like that, the numbers start to go up. People start to comment, people start to save, people start to send. It was about how I didn't know, if you saw this TikTok video about a lady talking about leasing her car, she was like, never hand in a lease at the end of your lease. Never hand in your car at the end of the lease. So basically I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see if she was right. And I basically did. I told a story about how I went to each dealership and I ended up with a $3K check. Basically, that was a TikTok, it was 10 minutes. And the numbers, just like this. Mind you, like I'm stuck in the 200 jail. I'm stuck in 200 views. Like I'm only getting 200 views, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, girl. You were just talking about stuff people didn't want to hear. Your content wasn't good. No one was interested. It was boring. Someone commented on my YouTube video and said, I took a look at your past videos and I just want to let you know that they're boring. So that, I hope that tip helps. First of all, it wasn't a tip. That was not a tip. You tell me my videos were boring. Hold on, I need to pull up the comment actually. I need to read this to you because I was like, that was not a tip. That was not a tip, that was a comment. And so thank you for your comment, like I appreciate it, but that wasn't a tip. They said, hold on, and if they're watching, hi, how are you? They said, to be very honest, I went back and I had a look at your content that you've been posting and it's very boring. BOREING. You may want to have another look at the things you're posting and make it more interesting. I hope that tip helps. So they did give me a tip actually. So thank you for that tip and I appreciate it. But you know, I thought about it. I really thought about it. I was like, I'm not gonna take it offensively because that's obviously an opinion. We're all allowed opinions. We're all allowed opinions. So like, why am I gonna get mad about it? But also I was like, no, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe you are right. I don't know what my lip gloss looks like. It looks not good. Anyways, so I was like, yeah, maybe you are. Maybe my content has been really boring. And not even boring in the sense of like, not interesting, like not valuable or not authentic or whatever. Like they've all been authentic, but I was talking to my friend and she was like, I think you're trying to be a teacher and not just like share your experiences in life and just give people, you know, a different perspective. And I thought, I was like, you know what? That's fair. Like, I don't need to come on here with bullet points. I don't need to come on here with number one thing to do, number two thing to do. I just need to tell you what I experienced. And what I experienced today on TikTok was that you can just talk. You can just talk. If you talk and you just share your experience, like I shared my experience going to the dealership, I told the story. And people were like, thank you, this was so helpful. I'm gonna do this the next time I go and get a car. It's like, oh, like me talking and sharing my experience about going to the dealership and seeing if I can sell my leased car and get money for it instead of just handing it back and getting $0 is helpful to other people. Like, of course it's helpful for other people because you didn't know that you could do it before. And now you're giving people not even advice. It's not advice. It's just like you're giving people a different perspective or even a different idea that they did not know was possible that they can now implement in their life. Of course that's valuable. Of course that's valuable. Like why is it in my brain? I'm like, no, call this number, call the used car manager, this, that, the third. Like, I'm not on car talk. I don't care. But the fact that there's another girl that commented was like, oh my gosh, not the car tips. Like, thank you. Most of us have cars. Most of us have cars. If we have leased, okay, we have leased cars. It's a helpful tip. Like, imagine if I was a car salesman giving this tip. Like, you're not showing up on my TikTok. You're not, because I don't do that. That's not my For You page. But if you're me talking about lifestyle stuff and a car is in your lifestyle and you happen to learn a fun fact and you try it out and it works for you and you share it, and now your other lifestyle girlies are being like, oh my goodness, I had no idea. I'm gonna try that too. You just transcended walls. You just transcended whoever. I don't even know. You transcended something. So what I'm like, okay, Raina, just talk. Like, stop trying to be cookie cutter, like so structured, so what's the idea, what's the this, what's the that. Like I literally just pulled out my camera, as you can see probably, blanket and all, couch and all. I didn't even set this up or anything. I was just like, just pull up the camera and talk. Stop thinking. There's so many thoughts that have to happen before you just do the thing, like the action. Like just stop, just do it. Like when I filmed the car video, the video was 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes on TikTok. That's the longest video you can post, 10 minutes. I used all 10 minutes of it. And there were so many comments that were like, I don't have a car. I don't have a lease. I listened to the entirety of this video because you are a really good storyteller. Like I was genuinely interested. You had my attention this whole time. And I'm like, bruh, you know what? That's actually kind of crazy. Like I was over here diluting myself or trying to tell a story in a certain way so that people could digest it, when in reality, I am a storyteller. Like, here's the thing on Instagram, and this is also another thing that I have, an issue that I have with like, not Instagram itself, but like content in a way where people are like, you need to tell stories, you need to be a storyteller. So in a weird way, I convinced myself that I wasn't a storyteller because I was like, whoa, if there's this whole structure that I have to abide by in order to tell a really good story, in order to get people's attention, in order to like come up with a really good hook or a really good reel, a piece of content, like I have to follow a formula. I don't have the formula. I have to look into it. I have to study it. I have to do this. I have to do that. It's like by the time I think about doing it, I'm so tired. I've already exhausted all my options in my brain. No, actually, you can just tell a story. I love telling stories to my friends. Like as soon as I got home, my roommate Maya, I immediately was like, listen, I laid down the details. I'm a detailed storyteller. I'm telling you the details. When the car guy got on the ground, I'm showing her what he looked like when he got on the ground. Like that's the type of storyteller that I am. If you're gonna come in, you're gonna bring me a story that's like flat, I am not interested. I want the details. I want to know what color they were wearing. Tell me down to the shoes, the socks, what was going on. That's the type of storyteller that I am. And like, that's how I tell my friends stories. Like when I call my friend, I'm like, listen, this is what went down. They don't need like a hook. Like the hook is there. Like the hook is that like, oh, she's got a story to tell. Like I'm interested. Like that's the hook. And that's why they say like, that's why they pay attention and they keep invested in the story, because you're just telling someone what happened. You're not trying to poet this. You're not trying to like break this down and study the structure and this and that. And that's what I'm realizing, y'all, is just to talk. Oh my gosh, I'm talking right now. I'm talking so fast, and it is what it is. I'm not even really needing to think about what I'm saying because I know this is how I talk. This is how I tell my friends what I have to say, how I have to say it. And I think that a lot of us are diluting ourselves because we're seeing other people do things. Like we're seeing other people tell stories or seeing other people make certain types of content, and we think this is how we have to make it. This is how we have to fit within the structure, or like this is what I like to watch. Like I really like to watch aesthetic videos. I don't want to be an aesthetic person. Like I know that. I like do not want to. It's a difference between like the want and can. Like I can put my tripod up there and there and there and then move it around and get different angles and shots and then do like really cool B-roll and then like make it really cute and fancy. I could do that. I don't want to. I just don't want to. I don't think that's like a part of who I am, a part of my nature, a part of my like personal brand. Like when I think about my personal brand, I don't think about the aesthetic shots. I think about just like raw cut, like honest, genuine, authentic things that just happen naturally, and I'm just telling you like no script, just like giving you what I know and what I experience, and that's about it. And I think I have to give myself permission to just like do that, to just like give that, to not, it doesn't need to look like everyone else. Like you see all these people doing these things and it's like, oh, like in order to, you know, do this, I have to look like no. And then also the other thing that I realized is like, no, you can't put yourself in their box because you're only going to be consistent with it for like 3 videos, 4 videos, and then you're going to get tired of it. Like, oh, like there are people that love, like Maya, my roommate, loves aesthetic videos. Like she loves making aesthetic videos, like the shots and like just making like everything look cinematic, and like I love watching them. I don't really enjoy creating them for myself. I like the finishing product, like I like how it looks, like it's aesthetically pleasing and all that things, but like when I think about like the process of creating it, like doing it, I don't really get excited. But what I do get excited by is like sharing things, like what I'm speaking about. Like, I just realized this. Not only did I realize that, one, I'm a good negotiator. Obviously, I already knew that. But like in the dealership, I was playing no games with these people. I was giving them no games. I was like, sir, I'm not here to chit chat. I'm not here to dilly dally, right? Let's crunch the numbers. Let's get to it, right? He's like, what? I'm like, I know why you're here. I also realized that, go watch my TikTok, it'll make more sense. But I realized that everything just works out. Everything just works out. It always works out. Like, it has to happen the way that it happened in order for it to work out, because God is so good all the time, and all the time God is good. And I feel like it's just like daily testimonies that I've been holding and keeping to myself that I need to share. I just need to share. I just want people to see, like, especially for me, I feel like God works in my life like in incredible ways. The fact that I can sit in this apartment and I've been running a business for the past like 3 years, just randomly, just cause. Like, I feel like I need to be sharing that. I know I need to be sharing that. I need to be like just showing, not teaching, not even like a day in the life type, but just sharing my experiences and what I got out of it. Because I think I do that daily. I think I just have an experience and I have a lesson. I take a lesson from it and I say, the next time that I need to show up or do something, I'm going to approach it maybe differently or more confidently or fill in the blank. And I've realized that just helps other people. It's not about giving people the pointers and giving people the bullet points and giving them like, this is what you need to do. Because when my mom was doing that to me when I was younger, I was like, like, you just close your ears. You're just like, oh, like, it's too much. I'm overwhelmed. You're talking a lot. I've heard this before. It just sounds like buzzing, right? But when you allow other people to find themselves in your story, like find themselves in your perspective, or they're dealing with the same issue or problem that you're dealing with, and you're like, this is actually the problem that I dealt with, and this is how I sorted it out. And they're like, oh, cool. I might not take the same steps as you to like figure out my solution, but I'm glad that I see someone else that like figured it out, got through it, found a solution. And now I feel like I can move forward just like a little bit more confidently, that I know someone else did or struggled with what I struggled with. And I think that's the whole thing about like sharing your story. Like, I've said this multiple times, but like sharing your story, for some reason I've told people over and over, like, share your journey, share your journey. But then it's like, I realize now I'm saying share your journey because someone else is going to see themselves. Whether you're out there and they're still back here, like, your journey or your experiences and perspectives will just, it's not that they're going to follow your footsteps and do what you've done, but there are things about you and being where you're at today that will just inspire them or push them just an extra day, an extra step forward, give them the confidence to show up tomorrow, show them that they're not alone, that this like can be conquered. I think that's it. Like, I think before, because I used to think about it like a path that was beaten. They always say like medical school, like it's already a path that's like been beaten down. Like, so many people have gone through the path and done the thing. With the creative life, I feel like the path is less beaten down. Like, there's less, I mean, there's still, a lot of people that have taken the creative path, etc., but all differently. And now I think it's more of just giving people a perspective that this is a possibility. You can go be a full-time surfer and make millions of dollars. I don't know if someone, probably, right? There has to be someone that's doing it. But like, just giving people a different perspective and just a different possibility. Like, this can happen. I've done it. I ended up here. You don't need to follow my steps. You don't need to follow like the blueprint. You can get here. You just have to keep showing up. You just have to, build your confidence. You just have to keep going at it day after day after day. And that's why I think we share our journeys. That's why I think this video is just about just talk, just share. Don't limit yourself. Don't dilute yourself. Don't feel like you have to be this certain way, or this is how you're seeing people make videos, or this is how you're seeing people edit, so you have to do the same thing. It's like, no, just like grab your phone, put it down on your computer as your tripod, and just say what you gotta say, because that's what I just did. So And we'll see. Like, at the end of the day, this to me was me sharing what I had experienced, and it might help someone. And if it does, maybe we'll find out in the comments. I'm not gonna do the whole like YouTuber thing, like comment down below if this like inspired you, because I mean, I guess I just did it, you know? Like I did just do it. So we're just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, like just don't dilute yourself. Don't dilute. Because now it's sounding interesting. Don't dim your light. Don't tone down what you have to say or what you have to share. Just don't overthink the things and the background and the, you know, the how you're looking and all of those things. At the end of the day, don't matter as long as you are showing up as yourself, as your authentic self, and you're providing what you know how. And it's yourself, it's you. So that was that. And yeah, just talk, just do it. And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Some people, you know, when they're like, not everybody needs a podcast mic. How do I feel about that? Well, here's the thing. They add some discourse, right? Like in the world, you just get to see. It's all different perspectives. And we get to see that there are different people in this world that live with different perspectives. Like we are not all homogeneous. I don't know why that word just popped into my brain, but I think it's correct. Period. Watch it not be. You know, it is what it is. Anyways, that was that. I hope you guys have a great day, night, whenever you see this. I don't even know when I'm going to post this. Should I post this right now? I might post this right now. We'll see. Enjoy. Love you. And talk to you soon.